So today, let's talk about the Democratic Iowa Caucuses, what they are, how they work, why they're important, and what the hell just happened. My name is Sharma. Welcome to the Sharma Show. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Sharma Show. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Iowa Democrats gathered together on Sunday to kick off the Democratic nominee process that will pick the party's presidential nominee that is going to take on Donald Trump in November in the presidential elections. So the Iowa Caucuses starts a months-long process that will eventually lead to the picking of 41 delegates that will then go into the national convention and are going to help pick the Democratic nominee. But the Iowa Caucus is very important because it's the first Democratic caucus, and so Democrats spend a lot of time and energy on it, and it is also very predictive of who actually goes and gets the presidential nomination. So how does the Iowa caucus work? So the caucuses are open, which means that any registered voter in the state of Iowa can participate. But for as much attention as the Iowa caucus gets, not a lot of Iowans actually participate in the caucus. In fact, in 2016, only 16% of the registered voters actually participated in the caucus. So the goal of the caucus is to get the maximum number of SDEs, or the state delegate equivalents. SDEs are the number of delegates that each candidate would be able to get to the congressional districts and the state conventions. So the winner of the Iowa caucus would be the candidate with the most number of SDEs. So how does this process of getting the SDEs work? So caucus goers show their presidential preference by standing in the section of their preferred presidential candidate. And there are 2 rounds of caucusing, and each candidate needs to get at least 15% of the assembled crowd to be declared viable and to get any delegates. If the candidate does not reach 15%, they're considered non-viable and they do not get any delegates. And their voters can then reorganize themselves in the next and final round to their second choice candidate. And so after these final rounds, the various groups of the various candidates will be recounted again, and then the delegates will be assigned based on the size of each presidential candidate's group. So like I said before, Iowa has only 41 delegates that it offers to the national convention, which accounts for about 1% of the total delegates. And a candidate needs at least 1,991 delegates to be given the presidential nomination. Iowa and New Hampshire combined, which is going to be the next caucus, they have just 2% of the delegates. But these 2 caucuses are considered extremely important. The real impact of these caucuses, despite offering such a small number of delegates, is the momentum. Anyone who does well in the Iowa caucus or the New Hampshire caucus gets a lot of momentum behind them and gets a lot of visibility in the public's eye. And so doing well in these caucuses can really give these candidates a real shot in the arm to getting the nomination. The last 7 out of the 9 people who have won Iowa have gone on to win the nomination, including the last 4. So the level of support that a candidate gets in Iowa gives a very good indication of how this candidate might do with the rest of the country. The thinking behind it is basically that if a candidate can do well with these middle American voters, then they have a very good chance with the rest of the country. So what the hell happened at the caucuses? So the early trends were showing that Bernie Sanders was in the lead and Joe Biden was performing really poorly. But the state party said that it will declare the results at some point on Tuesday after finding inconsistencies in the reporting of the results, adding that it needed additional time to ensure the integrity of the election. So the state party is using this new app for the first time, and this app is experiencing a lot of problems. In fact, a lot of people aren't even able to use the apps to tally the votes and declare the results. And the crazy thing is that even a month ago, there were problems with the app, but the state Democratic Party decided to move ahead with it nevertheless. The other option of declaring the results was via the telephone, but because the app was not working for so many people, the telephone lines are completely jammed because everybody's trying to use the telephone now. Siri, show me clusterfuck. One caucus secretary, Sean Sebastian, called the DNC because his app was not functioning and he was on hold with the party for 90 minutes and he got hung up on in the middle of his conversation with Wolf Blitzer on CNN.
Well, So, Wolf, I have been on hold for over an hour with the Iowa Democratic Party. They tried to, I think, promote an app to report the results. The app, by all accounts, just doesn't work. So we've been recommended to call into the hotline, and the hotline has not been responsive. This is a real coincidence, Wolf. I just got off hold just now, so I've got to get off the phone to report the results.
All right, go ahead, report your result. Can we listen in as you report them, Sean?
Yep.
All right, let's listen.
All right. Okay, hi, hello? They hung up on me. They hung up on me. Okay, I've got to get back in line on hold. They just hung up.
It's so frustrating indeed. Sean?
The bulk of the issues appear to lie in the new way votes are tallied to give 3 parallel results. A change in the rules this year meant that Iowans were sending in 3 sets of results. The tally of the first round, what happened after the people whose candidates weren't viable picked new ones, and the delegate numbers. And this entire process really is coming under fire because they had 3 years to prepare for this.
Why are you the way that you are?
3 years to organize this properly, but the whole process is a complete mess and nobody has any idea what the hell's going on. And on top of that, you have people like Pete Buttigieg declaring victory on Twitter before the final results have actually come in. Buttigieg said, "We don't know all the results, but we know by the time it's all said and done, Iowa, you have shocked the nation because by all indications, we are going to New Hampshire victorious." Now, this is obviously not helping matters because nobody knows what the hell the results are. And according to Walker Bragman on Twitter, this is doubly problematic because the Democrats' paid company literally called Shadow to create the Caucus app. Buttigieg campaign also paid Shadow, FEC records show. Caucus app fails. Buttigieg declares himself Iowa winner with no results. Now, he's saying that his money is on human error and incompetence, but if I were the Buttigieg campaign, I would have waited for the results as well. Also, if I were a high-ranking DNC official eager to put concerns about rigging and bias from 2016 in the past, I would be urging campaigns to wait for the final results before actually declaring victory. Now, Mayor Pete's declaration does make it look very shady, even if he had nothing to do with any rigging of any kind. And in the face of the election, where there is a lot of doubt on the entire process and where perception really matters, this kind of a declaration does seem to me like a mistake. And this is not a good look for the Democrats. This entire process, this entire mess makes them look completely disorganized, completely confused, and raises more questions about the legitimacy of the process after there were accusations of rigging the process in favor of Hillary Clinton in 2016. And so this confusion, this incompetence, this massive mess might just actually help Trump and the Republican Party. Trump and the Republicans will no doubt pounce on this and they will call the Democrats incompetent, they will call them cheats, and they will say that, look, they can't even handle the Iowa caucuses, so America is better off sticking with Trump and the Republicans who have things completely under control. Describing the delayed reporting of Iowa results as an unmitigated disaster, Trump said, "Nothing works, just like they ran the country. It would be natural for people to doubt the fairness of the process," Trump campaign manager Brad Pascal said in an emailed statement. And these are the people who want to run our entire healthcare system. Yeesh. So what do you think? I want to ask you, what do you think happened here? Do you think it was just incompetence? Do you think these people are just very badly disorganized? Or do you think that there was actually some rigging that happened here? Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. And as the results come out, we'll make sure to update you with a new video as well. And again, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It helps me out. It helps this channel out a great deal. If you like what we do here on the Sham Sharma Show and you'd like to support the Sham Sharma Show, make sure to click the Patreon button down below. Become a patron of the show. You'll get the brand new Sham Sharma Show mugs that are going to be coming out as well. And you get to join the Sham Sharma Show WhatsApp and Discord servers as well. If you like today's episode, if you like what we do here on the Sham Sharma Show, and you haven't subscribed already, well, what are you doing? Click on the button right here. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to press the bell icon as well so you get the newest video in your feed whenever they are out. And check out the video here and the video here that we have produced for the show as well. I'm sure you like them. I will see you for the next episode. And until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.